Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 4 of History 310 Online. This week, we tackle the critical but thorny issue of slavery in American history. Few topics are as central to the explanation of early America as slavery, but it wasn't always that way. Slavery as a topic in American history long went unexamined, even by professional historians. Not until the 1950s, and the pioneering work of historian Kenneth Stamp, did the subject of slavery receive mainstream scholarly analysis, which helped usher in a historiographical revolution on this subject that has continued down to our present day. And yet, for all the scholarly insights into the nature of American slavery that we've gained in recent decades, many of which I'll present to you this week in class, we as a country have still managed to avoid the subject as a general matter of public and political discussion. As a result, both the public's understanding of slavery and our ability to discuss it calmly remain pretty limited. Barack Obama's 2008 speech in Philadelphia is one of the few exceptions to the rule, and I've included a link under Week 4 content to Barack Obama's speech so that you might gain further context. Our goal, meanwhile, will be to learn about slavery's introduction into American society, following up on our discussion last week on early colonial Virginia, where we saw the first Africans, you'll recall, imported as enslaved people in the year 1619. That initial investment by Virginia tobacco planters was not widely copied on the English colonial mainland of North America, though enslaved people did arrive in fairly irregular patterns over the next several decades throughout the colony, including Massachusetts Bay, where you'll recall we saw Tituba, the West Indian enslaved woman working in the home of the Reverend Samuel Parris at the time of the Salem witch trials. Not until the later 1600s did a larger stream of slave migration to the colonies take place, when England gained substantial control over the Atlantic slave trade, wresting that control from the Spanish. So we'll examine these critical developments to see just how slavery came to be embedded in early colonial American society and culture, and in particular, how the conception of race as a means of defining status evolved. This week, you'll post to the discussion board regarding the issue of slavery and race in the discussion post 2 assignment. Now, speaking of the discussion posts, keep in mind that the grading of these posts is time-consuming. And I appreciate your patience as I undertake the work of grading your discussion post 1 assignment this week. Because I offer written comments for every student, including advice on how to improve your work, it takes longer than reading and simply assigning a score. But that's really the point for me in assigning these discussion posts. This semester, I want you to learn how to think historically, which means developing the skills to read, write, and think about history in ways that historians do, in ways that will benefit your perception of the past and the world you live in today. So again, I appreciate your patience. As always, contact me if you have questions. Have a great week, everyone.